Ladies and gentlemen, will you please join me in welcoming your 2017 Monarch Award winners. Well, good afternoon, welcome, and thank you very much for joining us for the 2017 Monarch Awards. And yes, 17, if you'll remember, this date was supposed to have been December 7th. This room was filled with FEMA people on December 7th, and we were all working and activated and deployed, so we had to push this back. My name is Brian May. I'm the newbie up in the Office of Public Information. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the awards this afternoon. A couple of housekeeping items very quickly before we begin. The room is filling up, although there is some spots up front. If you are standing and would like to sit, this is being live streamed across the hall and the SOC. You're more than welcome to go watch it across there. This will also live on our Cal OES YouTube page. We are live streaming it now. So for those relatives who aren't close, who can't be here with you today, if you'd like to watch this at any point in time, you can feel free to watch this on our Cal OES YouTube page. You're welcome to stick around after the ceremony. There are refreshments and the room will be ours for the couple hours afterwards. And if I can have everybody do one check, make sure those cell phones are either on silent or stunned so that we won't interrupt the broadcast ceremony as we get going today. It is my pleasure to introduce, as we begin before we get to the awards, to introduce two people very much responsible for us being here today and these awards. Not only the Deputy Director of Cal OES, but also the executive sponsor of the Employee Recognition Committee, Grace Coe, and also the Employee Recognition Committee Project Chair, Jeanette Tyler.
Thank you very much. I just want to say just a few brief words about today and the team that was responsible for putting it together. As Brian said, this was supposed to happen in December, and we all know what happened in December. And I think that this entire 2017 year has been relentless for everyone, whether you were home taking care of the steady state work or deployed, activated. I actually checked my email from this committee. I have over 200 emails, actually starting in July when they started to plan for this event. And I think what I love about OES the most is when you have a group of individuals, a team that is passionate about a subject area, in this case, employee recognition, and they apply their skills and dedication to that effort. It is amazing what can be accomplished. They did not let the activations, the SOC, in fact, I was working with Jeanette in the SOC on some of this as we were trying to reschedule. For those of you that took the time to make the nominations, we know that there were many, many that were submitted. It was just so encouraging of how OES feels about their peers and their supervisors and their teams. So for that, all I can say is thank you for your tireless efforts, collectively and individually, for what you do, and just appreciate the nonstop. Nothing was going to get in their way, and we hope that today you can share in that recognition and celebration of some great work that continues to happen across this organization. Thank you, Jeanette.
On behalf of our committee, I would like to thank you all for coming to help us celebrate our second annual Monarch Awards ceremony. We are here today to recognize employees that have gone above and beyond what they're asked to do every day. They exemplify our core values, and they were nominated by their peers or management and chosen by our committee to receive this award today. We received 44 nominations. With those nominations, they were redacted, so we don't know who they're for, what the names are, whether it's a team or individual. Then we score them individually as a committee, and then we get together with our scores and choose the highest total scores to come up with our winners. and it's later that the names are given. So, like I said, we have no idea who they are. Sorry. I would like to introduce our committee. So if you could stand up. We have a lot of our committee missing today because they are deployed or in training, but I'll introduce ones that are here. Can you stand up? So the Candace Ochoa is no longer with us, but she was my co-chair for last year. And then we have Colin Stevens, Denise Gibson, Elisa Rada, Fred Mayer, Hank O'Neill, Jessica Sicard, Joni Hamblin, Karen Tren, Lupe Humphrey, Tara Cushman, Tony Curtis, and of course our executive sponsor, Grace Koch. So without them, I don't know. I mean, we put in a lot of work, and I want to thank you all. And as you can see, we have 2 employee recognition committees that have actually won. So being on our committee does not stop you from being awarded. But I want you to know that if you feel you are the person, you know the person, or you're on their team with them, you cannot vote. So they did not vote for themselves. All right, thank you. I would like to lastly thank PIO. They didn't want me to do this, but I could not do this without them. This is an amazing ceremony, and they help a lot. So thank you. Jonathan Goodell is my contact with PIO, but he couldn't do it without his team. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you, Grace. And before we begin, if you will, help me welcome our director, Mark Ghilarducci.
Working? Okay. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and so happy to see you all, and very great day today about all coming together as an OES family to recognize the great work of your fellow employees. I think, first of all, let me really highlight the great work of the ID Ambassador Corps and the committee that worked to put this all together. This has become now an annual event that really does highlight the great work, its peer recognition, which is really the best, I think, in many ways, because you're all working together day in and day out in the trenches, dealing with one crisis after another, and that is the conditions by which great relationships are forged, and the ability to solve problems, the ability to make things better, and really is the essence of the values of OES that we do here, is that we address these very challenging topics throughout the state of California, and we make things better for our fellow Californians. The 2017 was an incredible year, right? Since October the 8th, actually really just before that, if you think about after the Oroville spillway, things were very, very busy throughout the winter months, being able to respond to the recovery of all the storms that we had. Then we, just before October 8th, the country dealt with a very devastating situation in Las Vegas with the shooting. Well over 120 victims of that shooting were Californians. And so this office was very much involved in being able to help to deal with recognition of those folks and being able to provide mutual aid assistance and other kinds of assistance to the city of Las Vegas and the state of Nevada. And then we went into the fires that started in October the 8th in Northern California. And from October the 8th till now, to today, which is just a little over 4 months, we have seen an unprecedented amount of damage in California. Over 11,000 homes and businesses are destroyed, over 65 lives lost. And this agency, all of you working together, managing at least 3 catastrophic disaster events from Northern California, Central California, all the way down to San Diego, working together to be able to solve problems, to make things better. and to manage these situations. I couldn't be more prouder than for all of you. And when you think about the Monarch Awards, it's really the recognition of those folks that are going above and beyond what is really required of them. I mean, generally, OES personnel are can-do kind of people anyway. But these Monarch Awards do really recognize and signify that extra effort. So I want to congratulate all of the recipients today. Won't wait too much longer. I'll turn it back over to Brian, and we will get on with the show. And congratulations to all of you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark. And now let's get to the actual awards part of the Monarch Awards. I'll draw your attention to the screen for our first winner.
My name is Samuel Lafferty. I'm the Chief of Operations for Public Safety Communications, Cal OES. And I've known Joe Barrettson. I've been with the state 27 years, and I've known of him and dealt with him on and off for that whole 27 years. And he's just an extraordinary person. He goes out of his way for everybody, will do anything for anybody, and he's just a overall great guy. He's a senior tech down at the Bakersfield radio shop, and he's responsible for all the communication systems down there for all state agencies. Joe's been with the state for 48 years. The man is 79 years old. He has more energy than most of the guys, that are in their 50s. We have a little saying amongst ourselves, when Joe speaks, you listen. So this has been a little bit of a shocker to him that, he doesn't like this kind of attention, but he's well deserving of it, and I'm really glad he got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our first Monarch Award winner from 2017, Joseph Berenson.
That may be how you succeed for over 30 years in state government.
Joseph says thank you to all for being here. Again, if you will direct your attention to the screen, here is our second award winner.
Hi, my name is Doug Halls, and I nominated Sonia Brown for the Monarch Award because of her dedication to Cal OES. Sonia is a Senior Emergency Services Coordinator. Sonia and I both work out of the southern region down here in Los Alamitos. So her responsibility is to coordinate with our local area partners, and then as a senior she's also a lead and a mentor for our emergency services coordinators. I think she's not recognized for all that she does, and she really does have the heart of gold in helping everybody within the region. For us in management, we really rely on her for those bigger projects that are more difficult in that, and we know that if we assign it to her, she's going to do the proper research and analysis, and we're going to get the information that we need to make a decision at the region level.
Please join me in welcoming 2017 Monarch Award winner Sonia Brown.
I'm Sonia Brown. Thank you, Director Ghilarducci. Thank you, Grace Koch, and the committee. It's a great honor to be a recipient of this Monarch Award. It's a greater honor to serve the public of California and to be a part of protecting our community. I've been deployed for the longest time. I think it was the latter part of September, and Eric's laughing. I'm still deployed. I drove up here from Santa Barbara. But I want to share a story with you. I was deployed to the Napa fires in Santa Rosa, and I was sent to Costco for some supplies. As I was coming out of Costco, I saw a group of people by my state vehicle. So as I started veering to the left away from them, they started running towards me, which got a little scary. But they finally reached me, and all they wanted to do was give me a hug and tell me how grateful they were that I was there to help them. Being away from my family and making that sacrifice to look after their well-being. And I said, no, it's only worth it because of what you're going through, something greater. So that in and of itself is reward enough, and that's why we do what we do. I love this job. It is a great place to work. And I do want to give Doug a big heartfelt thank you. I've worked with Doug for a very long time, and I truly appreciate him nominating me. It's obvious that he holds me in high regard in the job, and this is why I'm here today. But I also want to thank Mona Bonte for her support and having the confidence in my skills and my knowledge and depending on me so much. Sometimes it gets to be a little too much, but it's nice. I also want to give a big shout out to my Southern Region co-workers, their team, including TCOM, Fire and Law. But I also want to give a special thanks to my mom and my husband, because without our loved ones' understanding and support, we couldn't do this job. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. And now back to the screens for our next winner.
Hi, my name is Amy Sturt, and I'm the manager in the Office of Performance Management. And I nominated Stephen Chan for our Monarch Award. Goes above and beyond on a regular basis, and you can really see that in the service he provides. He also spends a lot of time developing relationships with the Cal OES community. He's a program director for the Organizational Development Special Interest Group. He also participates on Cal HR's Workforce Planning Facilitation Work Group, and he helps facilitate sessions to help other agencies create their workforce plans. And currently, Stephen is assisting the fire branch with their reimbursements related to the 2017 October wildfires. Stephen is an amazing employee. He's always open to new opportunities, and he enjoys working with other people, and he's someone you always want on your team.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2017 Monarch Award winner, Stephen Chan.
So they didn't tell me I had the option of speaking or not speaking. I was told it'd be nice to say a few words. So thank you, Jeanette, for setting me up for this. What an honor it is to be recognized amongst such heavy hitters and other titans within this agency. I just want to say a few thank yous because I've had such great teachers and mentors. To Amy and Karen, my day-to-day mentors. I know most people get to see the final product, but you're there with me behind the scenes in the development, answering my questions and guiding me. And for that, thank you so much. To Chris Hacker, my informal public speaking coach. If it were not for you, I'd still be sheltering in place behind a podium. And then to Jim Brown and Abby Browning, my mentors in the SOC. Activations are tough, the pace is hectic, but you've taught me to be calm, composed. Thank you for that. And You've also taught me that the greatest gift in a crisis we can give is laughter, because if we can laugh, we can hope. And if we have hope, we can overcome any and all obstacles thrown our way. And then I'd like to give a shout out to the procurement team, Troy, Jacob, Golden, Anthony, Andrea, Charlie, Nick. The few months I spent helping out in procurement were some of the toughest I've ever dealt with, and you helped teach me a whole new process. Thank you for that. Ruben and Steve, HQ Facilities, you guys always take care of us. And then a shout out to the team in Fire, Lori, Auburn, Laura, Stephanie, Debbie, Nicole, Donna, and the Chiefs. You've become like a second family. Thank you.
And now back to the screens. We'll find out our next 2017 Monarch Award winner.
I'm Karina Hernandez, and I'm the Cost Recovery and Materials Division Head. And I nominated Marlene Ersman for the Monarch Award because of the critical role that she plays in public safety communications and the dedication that she displays daily in her role as a cost recovery and billing manager. Having been in public safety communications for 50 years, she is the go-to person. So not only do her staff rely on her and love her as their manager, but all of PSC, if somebody doesn't know or can't find an answer, the standard answer is ask Marlene. She's just an extremely resilient person and completely deserving of this award. I know she doesn't like attention. She's a behind-the-scenes person, but she's just too incredible to not nominate and recognize her for what she's doing.
Please welcome 2017 Monarch Award winner Marlene Ersman.
I was going to take the no speak option, but I do want to thank everybody. Karina Hernandez especially, Pat Mallon, and of course the entire team, Mark and Grace, and the entire Monarch team. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Back to the screens now for our next award winner.
My name is Jeff Newman. I work in the Disaster Planning Unit, and I nominated Patrick Hammond for the Monarch Award. He is charged with writing disaster plans, not only in the orchestration and the facilitation of the plan development, but once it's written, training and exercising it. He can always be counted on and expected to be in the right spot at the right time. He exemplifies the definition of service. He's approachable. He has no qualms of sharing his expertise and experience, does it in a amenable way, and he's very thorough and he's good to work with. Patrick, you bring many accomplishments to this organization, and not only do you deserve the Monarch Award, you have definitely earned it. So my hat is off to you and your service to this organization. Thanks for what you do.
Please welcome 2017 Monarch Award winner Patrick Hammond.
I just want to do a shout out to my wife. 41 years without her sacrifice and putting up with this old poop, I wouldn't be here. So again, thank you, Jeff, the director, and Grace specifically. Without your direction, this organization wouldn't be where it is. Again, thank you.
And now it's time to find out our next award winner.
My name is Yvonne Wynn of the 911 branch, and I nominated Russ Pruitt for a Monarch Award, not only because he's an outstanding person, but he's completely authentic and beyond generous and capable. Russell is incredibly time efficient, thorough, Russell's job title as a facilities maintenance mechanic, he's constantly fixing leaks. He's fixing boilers. We even had an ice machine that went down. He fixed that. He keeps the air conditioning and heating running. If something breaks in a walkway, he's right there to fix it. He avoids any of us having to stumble into any trip hazards. He runs wiring, electrical. There's nothing the man can't do. I've seen Russell in 110-degree heat on top of the roof. I've seen him in driving freezing rain outside, repairing something. He delivers no matter what the weather delivers. Russell is a person I'm very proud to know.
And unfortunately, Russell was not able to be with us today, so accepting his award on his behalf is Eric Hornbaker.
For people that know Russell, he would take the no speak option as well, but he does exemplify the family here at Cal OES with his work ethic. So he is honored, but he can be here today.
Thanks, Eric. Back to the video now for our next Monarch Award winner.
My name's Ron Quigley. I'm the Inland Region Regional Administrator, and I nominated Lindsay Stanley for a Monarch Award. Lindsay's poise and professionalism have been great attributes in the last year as we've faced so many critical incidents throughout the year. Her calm demeanor has really helped counties get through a lot of the issues that they were dealing with over the course of this historic year. Lindsay took the time out of her schedule after hours and on weekends to complete critical details for our Cal OES fire branch, which they were extremely appreciative of. Despite the situations that Lindsay's put in and the different incidents or circumstances that she's faced with, she always handles it with poise and professionalism. I feel that she exemplifies a recipient of the Monarch Award. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2017 Monarch Award winner Lindsay Stanley.
Sorry, the dots. Thank you. This really goes to all of Inland Region. I see some of you guys back there. We've been through quite a year this year, and you are all deserving of this as well. It is a privilege to work with you guys and to be nominated by somebody whom I admire and respect so much, such as Ron. Really means a lot. First, I want to dedicate this award to my daughters, Alina and Kate, who are here today. They share in the sacrifices for this job. And if it wasn't for not only their understanding, but their support for what I do here and for what we all do here, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to do it. And I really, really appreciate that. And in addition to my mother, who is also here, she is available at a second's notice when I get deployed. So I wouldn't be able to do anything if it wasn't for her. So thank you. And then lastly, I just wanted to kind of talk about this job and how much I love working for this agency and how honored I am to have this position of a regional ESC. Way back when I first started here in 2001, a month before 9/11, I recall telling myself that region ESC is something I want to be when I grow up. And I was fortunate enough to have the supervisors and the coworkers all throughout the way support me, encourage me to grow, give me challenges that help me reach my goals here at this agency. And so something that I want to impart on you, it doesn't matter where you work in this agency, if there's something that you want to do, a position you want to have, I encourage you to go for it. Join the mentoring program, make connections with other parts of this agency, volunteer for groups. There really is nothing standing between you and what you really want to do here, because this is the most amazing state agency to work for, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Girls, give your mom a hug over there when she sits down. All right, back to the video now for our next award winner.
My name is Patrick Mallon. I'm Assistant Director of Public Safety Communications, and I was honored to nominate Colin Stevens for the Monarch Award in recognition for his dedication to public safety communications as well as the mission of Cal OES. In Colin's capacity as a mid-level manager within PSC, he oversees a number of different and diverse functions. The first being the site management, that's the sites, the transmitter sites that we have throughout the state, our grants programs, our training programs, and lastly our drafting section. But also Colin is an extremely prolific writer who understands and can investigate issues as well as develop a very understandable word product. Mr. Stephen exemplifies the very best in dedication to public safety communications and to the mission of Cal OES, and I congratulate him on this award.
Please welcome 2017 Monarch Award, Colin Stevens.
Well, I want to thank, first of all, my wife, Rena, and I want to thank everybody at Cal OES who supports everything that we do. For me, I feel very blessed to work in public safety communications. Pat and Scott, Pat Mallon and Scott Wallace are fantastic leaders. When I work with them, I feel like I'm breathing rare air. Many people like Grace, Director Gilladucci, Pat, Scott, they don't work here just because of a paycheck. They work here because they care very passionately about what they do. And that makes it that much easier for people like me to do my job. So I just want to thank everybody, and that's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Now time to find out our next winner.
My name is Bobby Rodriguez. I am with Cal OES Public Safety Communications Program Management Branch, and I nominated Stephanie Tran for the 2017 Monarch Award. Stephanie Tran has demonstrated extreme dedication to her role as a project manager. She is responsible for the CHP infrastructure portfolio, which consists of telecommunications towers, telecommunication dispatch centers. The projects that she is currently assigned are some of the most complex that we have in the unit. Specifically with the dispatch centers, they touch every technical discipline that we have over at PSC, and that makes the job more challenging, coordinating all those different resources to meet the completion date for the project. On behalf of Cal OES and Public Safety Communications, I just wanted to recognize Stephanie Tran for her dedication to her role within project management, demonstrating Cal OES's core values over the course of a challenging period.
Please welcome 2017 Monarch Award winner, Stephanie Tran.
Should I have that, Bobby? I just want to say thank you for the committee, and I'm very honored to receive this award. I wanted to shout out to my manager and my mentor, Bobby Rodriguez, for hiring me and giving me the opportunity to learn and grow, as well as supporting me and guiding me in everything that I want to do. It means a lot to me. Thank you for that. I want to shout out to my team of people that I work with. Without them, I cannot get the other project complete. The PMU coworkers, the CHP engineering unit, especially Vince Martinez, Frank Martinez, Ed Matsumoto's, and Belbear Joel's. They are tremendously help to me. They take their time teaching me the technical aspects of radio systems, as well as on the sides of other things that I have not exposed to the knowledge. I want to thank the operations managers, supervisors, and the technicians. Regardless the demanding the schedule that I build, they always tries to get the job done for me in the time that I ask for. Especially thanks to Troy Nimi and Mark Fishers. They always get the work done for me, regardless how stressful the work's asked from them. And it is an honor to work with that amazing group of people, and I really appreciate for their work, and thank you for everything that they do. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And back to the video for our next winner.
My name is Amy Stewart, and I am the manager of the Office of Performance Management, and I nominated Karen Trin, who is an AGPA in our unit. You can really see that she goes above and beyond in the area of service. When she's not doing her own work or doing emergency management activities, you often can find her doing ID Ambassador Corps activities. She participates in 12 different project charters and co-chairs 3 of them, including the internship recruitment, mentoring program, and the new employee development opportunities charter, which she helped co-found. And that's probably one of the most important things to Karen, is to help other people. She not only works on her own development, but she really wants to see her colleagues thrive and succeed in their workforce, and she's willing to do what she can to help them achieve that. In addition, Karen is all about efficiency. So she's constantly streamlining our processes in our unit. Karen is that employee that every manager wants, every colleague enjoys working with, and every agency is proud of.
Please welcome 2017 Monarch Award winner, Karen Trin.
As someone who grew up as the quiet one in the group, I never knew I would be able to make an impact. But then I got to Cal OES and met the right people along the way. So thank you to Grace for all the opportunities through special projects, Amy for being open-minded about my millennial ways and for always being believing in me, Stephen for always being there to bounce ideas around with, and as well as everyone I've been able to work with to make visions into realities. I also want to thank my parents for teaching me to be the person I am today, and my sister for being flexible whenever I have to cancel on plans due to work. And last but not least, my boyfriend Kyle for being patient and understanding, especially when I get activated and set my alarm at 5:15 a.m. You have all been a part of my journey so far, and I hope to work with more of you in the future. Thank you.
Back to the video now to find out our next award winner.
Hi, I'm Jessica Coron, the Preventing Violent Extremism Coordinator in the Policy Office, and I nominated the Access and Functional Needs team for the Team Monarch Award. The Access and Functional Needs team is nationally recognized in a lot of their efforts, specifically getting their training integrated into FEMA's training programs for active shooters. They're always looking for innovative ways to move their priorities forward and help the access and functional needs community throughout California. The AFN team is involved in every facet of Cal OES's mission. Vance is always front and center during response. You can always find him down in the SOC. And even during peacetime, they're always looking for ways to expand their mission and help the people within their community throughout the state. They exemplify everything that Cal OES stands for, and it's a privilege to work with them.
Accepting the Monarch Award for the Access and Functional Needs team, please welcome Vance Taylor.
All right, let's turn and the microphone was there. On behalf of the Office and Access and Functional Needs team, I really do want to thank the director. I want to thank Grace, Mitch, Eric, all the others that I could name all of you one by one. The director always says one team, one fight, and that's true, and it's particularly true on this particular issue. I've heard it said that God watches over us and he notices us, but it's usually through the work of another that he answers our prayers. And I've seen that disaster after disaster after disaster as the individuals in this agency have gone above and beyond to ensure that the needs of everyone in a community are addressed and met with dignity and in a way that you would want for anybody that you know and love. Access and functional needs isn't just written into our policy and our doctrine, it's written into our hearts. And I couldn't be prouder of the work this agency has done. On a personal note, I would just like to take a second and thank my wife who's here, and our family. Hi, sweetie. In our family, I tend to, I don't know, maybe it's my smile, but I tend to get a little more attention. And the reality is, if I'm the star, she is, without a doubt, the heavens. And there's not much I would be personally or professionally without her. So thank you for that love. And thank you to all of you.
Back to the video now to see our next award winner.
I'm Andy Everton, Recovery Infrastructure Branch Chief for Cal OES, and I nominated for the Monarch Awards the recovery team because of their tremendous dedication and commitment to helping Californians rebuild and repair after disasters. Those people have continued to work on the 2017 storms and also then the fires that happened in October and again the fires that happened in December. So it's been an incredible year. I think it really boils down to all of the efforts that the team has to ensure that California gets repaired and rebuilt. Most Californians don't recognize the level of effort that it takes, and they're just appreciative of having their infrastructure back to the way it was before a disaster. But they don't understand the level of effort and commitment and dedication it takes all of these people for years at a time to get us back to that place.
Accepting the Monarch Award on behalf of the recovery team, please welcome John Moore.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the recovery team, those here and those who are deployed far away, I would like to thank the Employee Recognition Committee for recognizing the recovery team for their exemplary work and accomplishments that embody Cal OES's values of service, integrity, respect, and resiliency. During the last year, the recovery unit has conducted extensive operations relative to the drought, tree mortality, and multiple state fire emergencies. In addition, 3 successive presidentially declared disasters associated with the winter storms, and now the October and December wildfires. To do this, recovery has hired over 100 limited-term staff to supplement our core team. Our staff have been deployed at the Joint Field Office since March 1st and have been working long, hard hours at folding tables and bad chairs. Staff deployed to the area field offices are away from their families for 12 consecutive days, 2 days at home, and this cycle repeats itself for months on end. So at this point, I'd like to acknowledge the spouses who put up with that, because without them, our folks wouldn't be able to do what they do. This is the epitome of sacrifice for and commitment to service to California residents impacted by the litany of disasters over the last year. So, John, Andy, Jen, Robbie, Pam, what's your name? Dave, Ray. I am honored and proud to have worked with you and the remainder of the recovery team and commend you for your commitment to integrity and resiliency.
And now if I can turn your attention to the monitors for our last 2017 Monarch Awards.
Hi, I'm Ryan Arba. I'm the branch chief for the Earthquake and Tsunami Program, and I nominated the Cal OES PIO team for all the great work that they're doing getting our message here at Cal OES out. We all know that we need to be prepared, but catching people in the right way in order to help them take actions that can help themselves, their families, and their communities is incredibly challenging. The Office of Public Information, with their work and the way that they're producing content and getting it out to the people, has been incredibly helpful for us to not only re-engage the audience that we were currently reaching, but also expanding that audience, which will help us achieve our goals in the Earthquake and Tsunami branch and also for Cal OES. The cohesiveness for the unit, from what I've been able to see, is phenomenal. Everybody brings a different talent to the group. You've got, it's not just a person in front of the camera. There's a whole team that I've been able to observe, not only for the work with my program, but also for the work on all the disasters that we faced in 2017. And it takes that whole cohesive team unit in order to produce the high quality content that this office has put out this year. It's really outstanding to see. So it's the level and the quality of content that's coming out from our agency and from a government agency is, second to none. And I'm really, really proud to be able to work with the Office of Public Information and to see the great work that they're doing for Cal OES and for the state of California.
And accepting the award on behalf of the Office of Public Information, Mark, with all due respect, the best boss I could hope for, please welcome our Deputy Director, Kelly Houston.
All right, do you know how to pot that down, that music over there? It's funny that it's funny is that for as much as we have in the Office of Public Information are always in front of the camera, or we're out talking or quoted or whatnot, we have as much enjoyment in what we do behind the camera and working with you. I mean, just the fact, like in here, this is a lot of fun to do, to put on a ceremony like this, to honor all of you, to make it special, to make it feel not like it's not just one of these, come on up, get your certificate, take a photo, and you're done. I mean, there's a lot of ceremony to elevate the importance, and it's done with a team. And so I'm representing our team, which part of us are here and part of us are deployed. So from Brian May to Jonathan Goodell, who's here as well, to John Larimore, who's clicking the buttons and doing all the switching of the video. He's also the one that many of you saw in the office bugging you with a camera. So all these videos that you saw produced were done by, edited by him. And then we also have down in the field in Santa Barbara is Sean Boyd, who you saw. I don't know if you saw the video. You have to see the video a couple of months ago he did, where he's weed whacking in his yard to talk about defensible space. That was a lot of fun. And then we put Brian out on the river, and I was hoping that he'd get kicked out of it, but he actually just got really soaked doing things. And then we have Rob Mayberry and Monica Vargas. Monica is in training, and Rob is in Santa Barbara. So, and Adria Wells, I'm sorry. Adria is our photographer, our graphic artist, and if you saw anything artistically related, whether it's face painting or the beautiful mural that she did for our Preparedness Day, she's been a great, I mean, basically our whole team is where we have a whole bunch of folks that have a lot of passion and talent in different areas, and it comes together. We partner with you and feature you and what you do. So if you haven't shown up in one of our videos or one of our photos, or your division hasn't seen us, let us know, because we want to focus on everything in this agency. Really, it's not as much, sorry, Payson and Zagaris, it's not all about firefighting and cops running around. I mean, the real work's actually done, like the long tail of recovery. And that's what we try to do, is to make sure that we're focused not only on the flashy stuff, but also on all of the hard work that's done behind the scenes, and that's our goal. So on behalf of my team, I appreciate the award, and I thank you.
He turned the microphone off. He knows better than to do that. Closing comments one more time. Please welcome Mark Ghilarducci.
Thanks, guys. Well, as you know, it's no surprise that out of all the other department directors and agency secretaries, they're so jealous of me because I am working with the greatest organization in state government. I mean, it takes a village, right? Look at the broad spectrum of expertise, capability, dedication, the broad spectrum of challenges, projects and programs that are overseen here at OES. And this is really just a scratch of the surface of the many other things that OES does. It's a phenomenal organization made up of phenomenal people. I couldn't be prouder of you. To all the recipients, congratulations. For all of you who nominated, for all of you who work, one team, one fight, right? This is the organization. Thanks so much, and let's go have some cake.